Welcome to the next video in the systems programming video series. In this video, we're continuing with week three's programming assignments. So this is on the part called dynamic snack bar. So we're going to open up the dynamic snackbar.c file that's over here. We're going to make something like a previous assignment, except that we only need the ability to add new snacks. That seems like, we're going to enter that at the command line, and then the ability to print out the current list of snacks. Everything gets started. We enter a number of snacks at the beginning, so that's going to allow us to statically allocate an array if we wanted to do it that way. I always malloc everything, but if we want, the point is that we know how much space we're going to need, basically. And then we're going to enter the information for snacks and do it 3 times and so on. And then when that's all done, then we print this all out in order, and that's the whole assignment, so it should be pretty straightforward. Here is my initial implementation of the solution, but now I'm going to comment out most of it, and we'll build it from scratch. So, okay. The struct for snack is already in the file, and so I just want to prompt the user for how many snacks we're going to have. So let's say char star let's say num equals why am I making that a char star? So that's an int num equal, and I guess we'll obtain it by saying printf enter a number of snacks and scanf %d and then that is going to go to the num variable. Then we're going to, on a loop determined by the value of num, we're going to gather a name, cost, and quantity. Now, a good programmer would defensively check that num is not negative, but I'm gonna just skip that out of not being interested in that. But what we do want to do is allocate the amount of space that we need for the list of snacks. So let's go ahead and say that struct snack star slist equals malloc size of struct snack times num. Oops. Now that that has been allocated, we would like to do a for loop, num times. So let's say num for int I equals 0, I plus plus, I less than num I plus plus. And we're going to prompt the user, so that's going to be printf enter a name scanf, and so we're going to get a string, and we're going to put it into the location. Now you might think you need a variable for this, but in fact, it's already sitting in waiting, right? The space for it is already sitting and waiting in slist. So I can just say that I would like to point this over to slist bracket I dot name, right? So the ith element of the list is a struct, and it has a name field, and that basically just gives the address of the name field where the input is going to get copied over. So I don't need to do anything, right? I don't need to declare other variables and then pass them into the name and stuff that initially on my first pass through implementing this, I thought that I did, but realized that there's a more efficient way to write this. So that's nice. Okay. Printf enter a cost, and that is going to get filled with a scanf call to %f slist bracket I dot cost, and printf, enter a quantity, scanf, %d, slist bracket I dot quantity. And it does it the appropriate number of times. And then once that loop is done, the list is populated, and we would like to give this message. So we'll come down here and say printf this message. I guess I want a line break, maybe even twice. Oh, and well, yeah, I just want to print that once. And then for each item in the list, I want to print it. So let's go ahead and say for int I equal to 0, I less than, I think it was num, is that right? Seems right, yep. And I plus plus, we then print f %s, sorry, %d, because I want the number here in the printout, followed by open print space. I want to put the name, and that's going to come from the snack struct. Then tab cost %.2f, so I only take 2 decimals. Tab quantity %d line break. And I think that's it. So, and then I need to say where that comes from. And just for added readability, let's move that down, and maybe, all my text is zoomed in so that these make more readable videos. So that means that I don't get as much horizontal space, and so I have to like do a little bit extra line breaking. But so there we go. That seems like it's pretty good. Okay, and then I guess we'll come down, return 0 is at the very end, so I know that's there. I'm gonna just write here, free everything that I malloced. And so what did I malloc? So I malloced slist, and that seems like it. So let's free slist and null the pointer, and I think that's everything. So let's make. Oh, right. I need pointers to these locations. So I might need to say that this is and this is and. Save that, come back. Seemed to work. That seems like exactly the right result. So I think that was pretty quick and easy, and there's the end of the second part of the assignment.